Hi there, welcome back this week. No script, so things could go horribly wrong. Equally, I'm not going to be reading everything and my eyes aren't going to be darting everywhere like a lunatic's. So we'll see what happens. Just wanted to talk this week on training mileage and the changes that we've made basically to bring ourselves in line with those that we were hoping to compete against. Now, one of those things that's great about modern technology is being able to spy on those that you're sort of seeking to emulate. Follow somebody that you look up to on Strava and see what they're doing in comparison to what you're doing, and that's what we did. We basically saw that what we were doing was probably half of the mileage that we needed to in order to be competitive. Generally our weeks 30 to 40 miles, couple of easy club runs included in that, and those that we were competing against were putting out 70 to 100 mile weeks with regular consistency. So obviously something needed to change, and that was upping our mileage and our consistency. What we found is that there are 4 main mileage blocks that you can work into your training. So the first of those is what I'll call a recovery or a post-race block, and that's just a 20 to 30 mile week to keep the legs ticking over. The second is the maintenance mileage. So you've got a level of fitness, you don't want to lose that level of fitness, but equally you don't want to tax yourself too hard. And we found that generally speaking, 30 to 50 miles will keep you ticking over. You're not going to lose fitness. Equally, you're not going to be sort of in a position where you can't get up the next day because your legs are cream crackered. So third category is bulk of your training, probably 60 to 70 mile weeks, and that puts quite a good level of fitness in the legs without absolutely destroying you. You can string together 60 to 70 mile weeks sort of consecutively without too much problem, without needing to knock it down to a rest week. Now the last of the categories is your big gains week, and that's a sort of 80 to 100 mile week. You're not going to be stringing those together back to back. You might get 1 or at best 2 weeks in with big mileage before you need to knock it down to a sort of lower 40 to 50 mile week in order to recover. But during those big mile weeks, you really do see some gains. If you're in a lucky position where you can put together a morning run and an evening run, far easier to put together those big miles, but both Ben and I are in a position where sort of we've got either early work starts or early morning commitments, so can't do that. So it tends to be a week of 15 mile runs, which is quite knackering. So we'll go out for a run now and see how we do this week. Cheers. Going for a nice easy trail run today, just because Ben destroyed me at the start of the week with a couple of absolutely evil runs. So just get out there, spend some time on the feet and see how it goes. For those that aren't local, you might not recognise this as part of Bridport Runners' CapTEN route. Probably 70% of this run is. So if you're liking what you see, I'll stick the link in the description.
Well, there we go. 11.5 miles, 2,500 feet of climbing, and just under 9-minute mile pace. Pretty horrible, but look at it, muggy as hell today. See you next week.